So I'm having a little play today. I've mixed up some terracotta clay with some crank buff, and it's really heavily groggy stuff, that buff, which is why I've broken it up and put it in this terracotta. So I don't know if you can see all the bits and bobs in there, but there's loads and loads of groggy bits in there, which basically will help bind all this together and make it a lot more stronger when firing, or I should say less susceptible to explosion. I want to just try and make a big pot with it, the kind of thing I've been normally making, just because I'll go with what I know on that. But let's see what happens. It's quite a big blob of clay. It's probably a good kilogram here. Let's see what happens. Yes, that is quite a sizable blob, and I haven't really thrown much recently. I've been quite busy, so a little bit rusty. Right, get a fair bit of whack on that. Get my hands lovely and wet, and there's all this clay. Gosh, so much of it. Alright, see if I can remember how to centre. Probably not. Straight away I can feel, ow, you can feel that grog. It's like sandpaper. Get a bit underneath there. Whew, the soft bit. Yeah, that's quite a lump to try and centre. Right, let's try and squeeze this up. Cone it a little bit. This is really hard. I wonder whether my terracotta bag perhaps isn't sealed that well. This feels a little bit harder than I'd like to be working with. It is coning up though. Hopefully it will soften up a little bit now. Jeez. Some people make centering look so easy, and it really isn't. It's certainly not centered at the moment. We have to bring it up another couple more times. It really is very tough, this clay today. To see if we get anything at all out of this process, because it's really fighting me. You can see I've got some unevenness in there as well. I think I had some form of centering. No, not quite. Have to take it up for a third time and see. And I'm going to have to. Oh. Yeah, my hands are getting a really good scrape, and I'm losing a lot of material as well, so I do think it's a little bit too dry. I think we're fairly centred now. I'll take that as a win. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad at all on there. Maybe a mild wobble, but not too bad. Check that bottom bit. Alright, let's decrease the speed on the wheel. See if we can start with the opening here. So I'm just finding the centre as it's spinning around. You can feel it pulling you towards the centre a little bit. Can you hear it? It's like it's shaving my hand. It's so sharp. So we've got a wobble coming in. And it's gone away again. Seriously hard clay today. But it is coming, and it's getting a little bit easier as the moisture goes into the clay. It's just compressed that base a little bit there. So pulling with this groggy old stuff, let's see what happens. It's just to sort of tidy up the outside. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I can definitely feel, and you can see it, there's a lump of harder area of clay. It's causing a wobble. It's in there. I won't be able to get rid of it, I don't think. So it's just how bad it becomes. There's the rib for this bit, I think. Certainly saving my hands, that is. Right, we need to come up a little bit more. Start to try and add in the pot shape as I go. Oh yes, I can feel that lump. Will that bite me in the bottom? It's got that wobble happening. Yeah, it's a pain, isn't it? Now collaring in for the rim, and I'll belly out a bit more. We'll end up with our final sort of shape. Oh, the lump is actually the size of a peanut in there, and it's causing this wobble. I can, yeah, it's definitely, it's big. Just need it to stay away. Yeah, it's big. Go a bit slower so it doesn't affect me as much. I can skip past it. Time to get some water out while I've got the chance. Lovely. create a neck. With this wobble, my rim isn't going to be particularly even. Trying to get some consistency to this rim, make it look more even. I don't think that's too bad. Tidy her up. Yeah, I mean, given that lump that was in there, the wobble that it had, hasn't done too much damage to the overall shape. I'm going to trim up now. Loads and loads out there. It's nice. Put a little flare at the bottom. It's quite nice to have that little sort of rib almost down there in the base of the pot. Finishes that off nicely. Yep, I think that ain't a bad effort for a first go back at this in quite some time. Just check, I think there's a lot of material in that base. Try and compress it, and then less chance of it exploding when it goes in the kiln. Oh, what's that peanut is in there? Oh my word. Right. Lovely, I think we'll call it on that. Time to get her off the wheel. There is some unevenness in the rim. I can see that now. It's whether no, I think I'll leave it. It's a very utilitarian pot. Doesn't need to be super fancy. Right, come off in a wanna. There we go. Big old cooking pot.